Habitat for Humanity Executive Director Amy Belmore sits down with Bryan Wille, U.S. Navy retired and site manager for Plymouth Area Veteran Center next on Community Conversations.
Hi, I'm Amy Belmore. I'm the Executive Director of Habitat for Humanity of Greater Plymouth, and I'm joined today by Bryan Wille, the site manager for the Plymouth Veteran Center and retired U.S. Navy. We're here today to talk a little bit about the housing crisis that we're facing here across the Commonwealth and certainly here in our region, and to explain a little bit about Habitat's program as well as what the Plymouth Veteran Center is doing to assist our veteran population. So Habitat for Humanity works every single day to build and repair affordable housing for families in need in our region. We're very proud of that work, and we are on an ongoing basis working with volunteers to build affordable homes for families who are facing housing insecurity. Now, we know that the real estate market is sky high here in southeastern Massachusetts, and we also know that affordable housing makes such significant difference for families, whether they're in the workforce, growing families, young families, fixed income seniors. So many segments of our population are, of course, struggling with today's real estate market. That's where Habitat for Humanity comes in, along with many other agencies and partners across the state. But what we do here in the greater Plymouth area, which includes 6 towns, actually, Plymouth, Kingston, Carver, Lakeville, Middleborough, and Plimpton is where we work. We build single-family homes to provide that sort of transformational change that will really last for generations. We know that when a family has housing security and they're able to afford their rent or their mortgage, we know that education improves, child development improves, economic mobility improves, employment productivity, you name it, life gets better. And so what we wanted to do today in particular was to talk about an opportunity that we have coming up for a family in the area to apply for our next Habitat home. And this one in particular has a veteran preference for the lottery selection process. It's a 3-bedroom home in Carver. It's not yet under construction. It's an existing home that was once abandoned, and we will be rehabbing it in full. And we aim to start working on this early in 2026. The application window is open right now. It can be downloaded from our website. And we really encourage families, specifically veteran families, to apply. It's life-changing. And this is why I wanted to have Bryan join me on set today to talk about the challenges that veterans face, as well as the wonderful work that is being done at the Veteran Center. Still relatively new, just past your 1-year anniversary, right, in
Yes,
the
ma'am. Facility.
And so, Bryan, in your work with the veterans and the center that you're doing, how do you find that's working through their housing challenges? What are the programs that you offer when it comes to housing?
So at Volunteers of America, Massachusetts, and the Plymouth Area Veteran Center, we offer an array of programs to help the homeless veteran population. We have a couple of federal grants through the VA, our supportive services for veterans and families. They can help with arrears, they can help with move-in costs to help veterans get into housing. If a veteran gets a 30-day notice, they can come to our SSVF program. And as long as they qualify under the veteran definition, they can enter that program, and they have multiple things that they can help them out with getting into a new place or helping them stay where they're at. We also have a few employment programs to help with the employment through the Department of Labor. We also have the Housing Outreach Placement Effort. That is a state grant through the Executive Office of Veteran Services. They have been absolutely wonderful to us. That is who our grant funding for the center is through as well. And we also have a flex funding. With the HOPE grant, they are similar to the SSVF grant. One upside to it is that they can help Reserve and National Guard as well. I know that's a community that is much forgotten in the veteran community because they don't always hold that veteran status if they didn't have that active duty time.
Right.
So we do have a lot of programs to help out with the housing crisis that we are facing today.
Yeah, and it's so interesting. You mentioned, meeting the definition of veteran status, and that is, something that we're looking at within this application opportunity too. And also important for me to note with this home ownership opportunity that I'm mentioning, it is for those folks who are income qualified. So there are thresholds in terms of maximum household income limits that apply for this opportunity, as well as minimums. It is an affordable mortgage over a typical 30-year term, and so the houses that Habitat builds are not gifts, as some other nonprofits do gift their homes. That's not the nature of our program. Do you find that, obviously we have veterans who are finding their housing and rental situations, do you find that there are many that are really looking to own a home as well and struggle with that market?
Most of our clients would, in the long run, like to own their own home.
Sure.
Like I said, the way today's economy is, especially in southern Massachusetts or in the Massachusetts area, it's just so expensive. It's so hard for them to actually own a house. I mean, we're seeing families that are struggling with their rent. So to come up with funding to actually own a house and then be able to maintain in this environment is very, very tough for them.
100%. I mean, when you look at a median market price of $650,000 for a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom here in the greater Plymouth area, it's just off the charts, and I know that a lot of rentals are out there for, again, $2,500, $3,000 a month, to just rent an apartment for a family. And so when we talk about life changing for us in terms of Habitat, this particular home, we can already project what the mortgage will be and what the monthly costs will be, including property tax and homeowners insurance. And we're looking at about $1,500 a month to own a 3-bedroom.
And see, that's unheard of.
Unheard of.
Especially in this area, very,
is.
very unheard of.
Yeah.
I know I just traveled out to Minnesota to see my family, and the cost of living is so much different out there, where you could buy a pretty nice house in the small town that I came from for $180,000, and that would be about what the mortgage would be for something like that out there. So to be able to have a mortgage affordable for veterans and their families out here is absolutely amazing. So I really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, I mean, we're hoping to get those applicants coming in, and the deadline is December 4th, so we're really aiming for that and trying to get the word out. Thank you to the local scene for helping us do this.
Yes.
And, obviously, veterans, just by nature of their background, they're hands-on people, and we bring to our model the idea that our homeowners, Habitat homeowners, also put in sweat equity hours.
Yes.
So what makes the foundation of Habitat's model work is that we're having volunteers provide almost all of the labor on these built sites. And homeowners get involved with that process, working right alongside. And does that strike you as something that, many veterans would probably enjoy doing? I know
absolutely.
People of all backgrounds enjoy
absolutely.
it. Yeah.
Even our organization, we've been discussing since we had word from you that they were putting a house in Carver, and you guys came into our coffee social and gave a presentation on that. We've definitely been discussing getting a group together to help assist with this when it happens.
Nice.
It really shows a lot of camaraderie in the veteran community when we can all get together and help a veteran out to get in a better spot in life.
There's so much camaraderie on these work sites. I'm telling you, people of all backgrounds, ages, skill sets, some that know exactly what they're doing with power tools, others who don't have a clue, but everybody learns what they need to know for the day. And
some people
wonderful.
enjoy a broom.
Some people enjoy a broom. That's true. A clean work site is
exactly.
highly valued. So now tell me, are there any other key programs that you're standing up or launching soon or expanding that you want to talk about?
So we do have some things that are in the works. We work with the Plymouth Sheriff's Department quite a bit with the incarcerated veterans community. We're starting to assist them in some other areas that we believe that we can really assist the youth in. We have a couple of recovery events that we have going on. a couple of organizations that we're working in to help with recovery, whether it's drugs or alcohol or PTSD or whatever they may be recovering from. It's not your normal recovery meetings. We just kind of hang out and discuss what has been going on the last month and see where maybe we can help in the recovery. That's open to first responders and nurses and medics as well.
Oh, great.
So those are a couple of the programs we'll be running through the winter, and we have a fireside chat with that one where we go to the VFW here in Plymouth. We start a fire, we roast some marshmallows, make some s'mores, I grill some burgers and dogs, and that's a little more family oriented. We like them to bring the wives or their significant others and their children out for that one so they can just kind of have a good time and relax and realize that recovery is a good thing.
Absolutely. Hugely important work, and just that idea of fellowship. You know, you are part of a supportive community. You support one another, you know, during time in service, and
Yes.
now, you know, to follow that along in recovery. That's awesome. That's amazing
And
work.
one other one that we have going on too, which is going to be pretty big this winter, is we're working with the Medic Now Foundation and Salt of the Earth Catering to provide 500 meals for veterans in the area. December 23rd. So we're working on getting all that together, and hopefully we can get that done. We did 225 last year, so we're super excited about that.
More than doubling. That's
Yes,
ambitious.
yes.
So
So we actually doubled it last year. We started out, we were going to do 100, and with Salt of the Earth's help, we ended up doing 225. So
Wow.
we figured we could definitely double that this year and make it happen.
Well, certainly there will be a need. 100%
yes.
this year is more than ever, probably. And how would someone sign up for that? Is it something that someone signs up for?
So as soon as we get everything situated, there'll be sign-ups through the Plymouth Area Veteran Center.
Okay.
There'll be sign-ups through the VFW, through the Medic Now Foundation, and we'll get the word out that there'll be sign-ups for that. We'll have a deadline so that Salt of the Earth knows how many they're actually going to be making and things like that. But like I said, we're shooting for 500. So
That's amazing. Well, I know certainly from where we sit, we rely heavily on donations from the community to support the work of Habitat, and certainly donations can always be made by way of our website. But do you also take donations at
yes,
the Veteran
ma'am.
Center?
If you go on our website, voamass.org,
Okay.
and you'll see a donation spot on there. And within the donations, if you want it to go to VOA Mass, that's fine. There's no problems with that. If you want it to go to the Plymouth Area Veteran Center itself, you can just put in the memo block PAVC, and that'll go into a separate fund that we have started for the center. That we take funds out of that to offer things around the area like shows and things like that to veterans. We'll pay for their tickets, or maybe a night out on the town or something like that. We'll get some gift certificates to local restaurants and stuff like that. So
Nice.
we
Well,
definitely
that's great.
definitely love the donations.
Yes,
it
well,
helps
we
out
do,
a lot.
right? And certainly in the nonprofit world, it's really important.
Yes.
So in terms of applications for anybody listening out there that's interested in this home ownership opportunity, that is available on our website, which is hfhplymouth.org, along with that little donate button too. But most importantly, we also are happy to take questions via phone. Our phone number is 508-866-4188. And hard copies of the application can actually be picked up at any of the libraries in our service area, as well as all of the veteran service officers have them at their offices, typically in their town hall. So again, those towns are Lakeville, Carver, Kingston, Middleborough, Plimpton, and Plymouth.
And we also do have hard copies at the Plymouth Area Veteran Center
you
as
do?
well,
Yes.
which is 20 North Park Avenue, right in the Citizens Bank building. If you find the chimpanzee to the left, walk through the doors to the end of the hallway where the last office on the left. Please come and see us. It's a beautiful facility. The state did really good of helping us get that all put together for veterans. And it's not just veterans in need either. It's any veteran in the community that wants to come in. We have an array of things to do in there. So, and I always have coffee on.
Yeah, you always have coffee on. Well, that's a great way. It's a beautiful facility. I've had a chance to go there a couple of times. That chimp right there in the parking lot is a great landmark. Look
Yes.
for that. That's also a beautiful piece of artwork. So congratulations on just getting
Yes.
past your 1-year anniversary at
Thank
the
you so
site. I
much.
think that's probably a good way for us to wrap up. But thank you again, and thank you to the local scene for
Yes.
having us here today.
Yes, thank you, everybody.
We are so glad you stopped by. If you would like to support Community in Action through media, please consider donating to the local scene. The QR code here will take you where you need to go. Thanks, friend.